What's going on YouTube? Twitch here, bringing you another My Hero Academia Strongest Hero video. Today we're going to be talking about supply missions as well as some quick card tips. Alright, without any further ado, let's get right into it. It should be... So these cafeteria daily missions and most likely these other ones over here, I'm just using these as a sample. We'll test those maybe in a little bit. Can be done potentially lower than the required CP. I'll show you a little bit. This one's the hardest one, but I'm just going to show you what I mean because it's a little bit of a challenge for me. So one of the really good things about these missions is A, they don't consume stamina. So, you know, that's really good. Well, not that they don't consume stamina, excuse me. They don't consume stamina if you fail. So, like, you don't... Let's see. Actually, I didn't check how much stamina I had, but we'll do some proof testing. Just sit in the air. So yeah, like I was saying, A, they don't consume stamina if you fail, which is great considering how limited it is. And B, when the time is up, which I'll show you, instead of getting an instant game over, it's a penalty, which is kind of like overtime, which is your character will basically be losing life the whole time until either A, you beat them, or you die, you get beaten, or your health just diminishes to nothing. But it does give you a little wiggle room to pass the mission, as well as not be afraid to attempt it because you aren't going to use stamina. I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. But this fourth mission here requires about 10k plus to auto, and I still run into overtime, so keep that in mind. But with that said, I also like to tell you guys about something I learned that I don't think the game explains to you in the fight. So I'll show you in a second after I finish this real quick. As you can see, time is up, and it's still giving me time. Actually, another thing too, a quick tip I wanted to show you guys for doing these missions to help you beat them. Occasionally, I don't know if they're gonna do it. If I got lucky, occasionally some of these enemies will drop health. I'll do it again. We'll proof test if I was right about it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't lose stamina, but that might have been a lower mission, so we'll double check. Alright, 51 stamina, see? But you have 11, so she's pretty goodly built, so... I'm not saying it's going to be easy if you don't have the right CP. I'm just saying you don't have to be scared to challenge it because of stamina, and you have a little bit of wiggle room because of the time limit. Not instantly failing, but anything I want to show you. Come on, Chaku, do your thing. She's pretty good. Occasionally these enemies are going to drop little health, like little health boxes. What you're going to want to do is, if you're not playing auto, it's going to be a little easier to go a little below the belt, but keep in mind, once that time limit goes up, you are going to be constantly draining health. But if you do leave these boxes, which they drop and instant collect them, they don't disappear, so if you are taking a little bit longer than you should, you can always kind of just like not pick up the box. You guys not going to drop any? No? You're not going to drop any? Come on. I just want you to drop a box. They're being, I feel like they usually do. Maybe back up. No, nothing. Alright, I'm probably gonna die. But I was trying to show you it is an utter fail. Occasionally they'll drop health boxes, so what you want to do is you don't want to pick up the health boxes. You want to save them for when you get into overtime and you see like if you're good enough you won't get hit. This is auto, so I'm not that nice. It's like they do a fuck ton of damage. Especially if you're getting hit with the thing. It's no health, unfortunately. Oh, see? This is what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna make it. There was a health on the court, I didn't notice that. If I would have picked it up, I would have been able to kill him, and if he would have dropped another one, I would have been able to kill the last one, so keep in mind, don't pick those healths up if you can help it, because if you run out of time, you are going to start draining health. So it gives you a little bit of room, A, that you don't run out of time, B, if you save the health, and, you know, A, if you lose, you don't lose stamina. So do keep that in mind. If you're trying to go up to the next level, so you do not, I gained 1 stamina, look at that. But you don't, probably going to end the most, you're going to do this one and like this one, but if you think you can't do this one, by all means, give it a shot. Like, you're not going to lose stamina. Except, don't pick up those health packs. But, something else I wanted to show you guys, too. After, pretty much anything applies to all that before I get on to the next thing. Like, it's all applies to the same thing. I'll double check and I'll comment below if these missions do in fact take stamina, unlike this one. But like I said, losing doesn't take stamina, so feel free to bust your ass trying and failing, because you will not lose stamina with the charge, like I said. But so nifty little thing I wanted to show you guys about the cards is, and what I want to say is, I don't think the game really explains this to you, but it's in plain sight. So, like I was saying, the nifty little thing I wanted to show you. Boop, 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 boop. I want to say anything 4-star and above. So, like, you can kind of see it, but, like, you may not. If you scroll down, you'll actually see, like, what is it? Anything 4-star and above, because 3-star doesn't have anything. We'll have a set bonus with another card, and usually show you what card it is here. Take a look. So, there's another 4-star card, 4-star card. Oh, these are both bonuses, but, and if you look over here, you'll actually see what you've activated. 30 attack points, 30 attack points. So I basically got 30 attack points on 2 different sets. It may not seem like much, but it does add up eventually, so keep that in mind. So pretty much when you see these cards, scroll down to see what they do. You might have that secondary card, and like I said, it's worth it to rearrange these cards to get that extra 30 attack and boost your CP in general, boost CP for the character, 30 attack points, plus stacking the cards together, you know. I'm not 100% sure on this though, but the free card that they give you, there's a couple things I want to tell you about the card that I know of. If I'm wrong, please comment below. Besides the 4-star and up sets, which I'll show you for 5-star as well. There's a card that you get for free. See, this has synergy too. I don't have this card. But you get this from beating 5-6, I believe it is. Its effect, I'm not 100% sure, but it might work with Sue's special that makes her invisible. I'm not sure if that counts as sneak, but it might be worth testing out. If someone wants to comment below whether it does or doesn't work, if they know it. But I don't know what sneak is personally, if it's what effect. But I think Sue, I guess we could just look. What's her special? Gains the protective color status and school hands. So she blends into her grass. I don't know. Man, someone can comment below what skill counts for sneak, but I thought that might have been it, but I guess not. It could be. It might be worth testing out. What else? Another thing I wanted to show you. Well, I'm not gonna swap it around, but actually no. Let me go this way. It's worth noting for mock battles a few things. One, being that the type-specific characters have a way better damage advantage. You might want to actually swap your best cards, because you don't use stamina and you don't use characters. Because I beat all the stages and I actually use the same characters to beat the stages again. But I can't beat him with this one, so I can't show you. But I was gonna say you can always swap your best cards out. You saw there's sets and stuff like that. You know, if you really wanted to, you could just call him out. He's too weak, but if you feel like you're a little bit, you know, I don't have the best cards in him. You can always just go take your best card sets and swap it onto him real quick, and you know, use it. Just don't forget to swap it back when you're done. You know, but it doesn't take anything to do the mock battles, any credit, any stamina. The character themselves doesn't get used up, so feel free to swap the cards out as you need them if you feel like it'll help you. I mean, give you like an extra 60 attack if you master those two sets, plus whatever effects they have. And one more thing I wanted to show everybody is that be careful moving up. Like, if you've beaten, see how I beat this one? I didn't beat this one, but you can move up kind of like this way. So instead of beating this one, I had moved down one. But since it's in the same tier that I unlocked, it didn't matter. As long as you beat the one on top, it gets everything from the bottom. But when you want to move on to the whole nother tier and you haven't, like, beaten, it's like, if I had tried to jump from here to here or here to here, I would have lost this one. But since I already completed it, so see how I have this one? I'll just show you. Come on. Come on. Alright. See, basically it's telling you, like, if you do this, you're not going to be able to, like, go back. So, do be careful if you move on. You know, it'll be easier to do this one instead of this one. But if you're trying to skip this one, you are going to lose. I mean, you only get, like, some monies for this one, and I think the global server points. I'm not sure exactly how, but it's definitely worth noting that you will lose access to do this mission, I believe, if you move on. So there are still uncompleted stages. You won't be able to come back and challenge after completing the next stage. Continue. Now, see, if I beat this one, I can do this bottom one and then do this top one. If I do this one, everything below it. So, like, if I do this one, actually, I don't think, can you go down? Yeah, I think you can. So you can do any one in the next tier, as long as you've completed, well, you can do any one in the next tier, but if you haven't completed any in this tier, you're going to lose access. So if I had just done this one. So if you're, like, just trying to get by, and you can definitely just go all the bottom courses for, like, people who just started playing or just super casual, like they leveled up a tiny bit, you know, maybe free to play. I don't know. I think you can get higher, like free to play. I got up to like here without really spending too much. I spent a little bit, obviously, to get Ochaku and her what is it, the chips. But you can choose whatever path you take. Just if you choose this path, think of it like Star Fox. You know, whatever path you take, you lose access, and you take the red path, the yellow path, the green path. So it's kind of like going harder, but you definitely can just say, screw it, I'm going to go the easy path, but you're going to lose access. So make sure you try to do as much as you can. If you don't stress yourself out, it's worth some money and maybe reward, maybe some, what is it? Come on. With these ones? No. It might be worth some of these points. So, you know, you definitely want to get, I guess, as many to unlock these. But, you know, don't stress yourself out. If you're not spending the money, you know, you're not going to get these. So, but you definitely want to do them to get extra points, but you don't have to. So, feel free to go to the bottom, but just want to remind everybody you will lose access. And these things too, if you can't click this, like me, and you think you're like, oh, you just can't. This is tomorrow. It shows it, but this is day 2. We're not in day 2 yet. This came out today. So tomorrow, like, this will, maybe I didn't get the point, so that's why it's not showing, but yeah, I'm assuming this is going to be day 2. But, let me see. Anyways, I think that's about it. Showed you the cards, you know, careful not to move up the tier if you didn't finish it so you don't lose access. Swap your cards around, you know, use whatever character you can, don't feel like you have to. It seems like you can go back and do the level of, yeah, you can re-challenge the level you've already done, but you can't do anything else. See, like, these get locked out, and anything on top of it would be locked out. Swap your cards out and your chips too. If you have the generic chips that aren't character specific chips, you know, strip your cards, your chips, swap all that out, beat the character equip, and then swap all your stuff back. If you're not, I said dailies, dailies, dailies. That's my video. My videos. What am I talking about? My videos. Don't forget your dailies. Don't be scared to challenge. You don't lose stamina. And don't forget to save those health drops. Alright. So, I think that's about it. I guess we can wrap this up. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, and you could be so kind as to leave a like, maybe drop a comment down below, and if you're feeling extra generous, smash that sub button. I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy.